There's a couple of major winners in there, so you got to make sure that you're there with them.
That's the tournament you want to attend on every level. I'll be watching it.
Yeah, and also you get to see Paul in his swim shorts. What more do you want?
Do you think you will? I'm not sure. I'll have to see.
Or maybe he's a Speedo man. Either way, we are going to have quite a bit of utility actually brought up from Space Soldiers.
Surprise. Centaurus over towards the drop zone.
I never would have predicted that.
No.
I was expecting Major to be leading the charge. Well, he actually is over towards player. Straight out. 3 players are waiting over on the site itself. Very passive at the moment from the CT side, and already Zontaras and Major start things off strong. Alex is going to be looking to try and turn the tide, but instead they've been destroyed. Twanu, he takes down Zontaras. No triple kill for him. He's got 4 more players to find, and at this point, unless Space Soldiers peek him one by one and give him every single individual duel, there's no way he wins this.
Absolutely not. He's got the armor, and obviously being up against 4 players and need to defuse the bomb, the only thing to do right now is try to set up for the save and maybe get a couple of exit kills, build some bank. Good opening from Space Soldiers.
It's pretty much exactly what we expected from them, though.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of plat control. And they did actually have 3 players there ready and waiting, but they went for more passive stuff. Twanu will at least be able to get 1, but Engine not going to allow him to hold on to anything more in this situation, and it will be the 1-0 start. We'll see how much money Twanu's actually going to save. Is he going to keep everything to try and get that AWP? He does have 2,100 in the bank, so maybe he could get a Deagle and still have enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's... Wait. He didn't buy that himself, did he? I don't think he did. Anyways, they've got some utility here, mainly smokes and a couple of flashes. And, Space Soldiers want to take B control early on. Major just peeking around the corner, finds one. Here's the second one.
T-side actually going to be falling back after the early aggression. Forced a rotation for a little bit at least. Major just trying to sell this fake. Decoy in there as well.
That's the worst fake I've seen.
It's just like, don't worry, there's more than 1 Mac 10 here.
I'm shooting everywhere.
But there's only 2 players here, so yeah, no, actually that's pretty standard. Existence going to be waiting around the corner. There's only 1 rifle, it's all SMGs. They need to get as close as possible, which actually benefits the pistols quite a bit, although Paz starts things off. Maniac still in the back lines. He's being a little bit sneaky. Hits the shot eventually. Takes maybe a few more bullets than he would have wanted to. Devil, he's going to heat himself up a bit, and Zontaras will finish him off. You know, like sort of poking him when he's done, get the knife, you know, check the baked potato.
Yeah.
And then, oh, yep, clean. Okay, we're finished.
So not many players being lost there from Space Soldiers. So that's a good round for them. And not much being invested here, obviously, from LDLC. It's to be expected.
Okay, Maniac just... He was able to get 1 kill in the previous round, so that just pays for the P250 in this one. That's really all he's done here. Once again, I see some drop control taken by the deadly duo, King and his Fresh Prince. And Zontaras are just going to be walking around, popping heads. Will go down in the end, so Maniac actually going to be able to pick up a rifle, at least for a second, but Calyx is very quick to trade. Twanu's picked up another, so this is all just extra stuff for them here, and almost gets 1 more. But Paz will finish, doubles down, makes an extra $1,200, and saves the rifle as well.
Now is where it gets exciting, Tom. We've got the weapons over on the LDLC side, the AWP in hands of Twanu. And not a single defuse kit here for LDLC, so they want to get on top of a potential bomb plant straight away.
They're actually switching things up a little bit here. They may just send all 5 men up. Zontaras feeling good at the moment, just spraying around every single angle possible. But yeah, nobody over towards drop at the moment. Looking like Zontaras missing home, so he will rotate back over. There's already 3 players around this angle, and they are playing fairly passive of that drop hold, which, as already said, from my perspective, that's so risky when you have a man that can really take control so easy. Devil is watching, But it then means that, okay, if you've got 2 people watching from the outside, there's only 1 man actually watching from this position. They can't get close because of the Molotovs that have been thrown in, and already Paz is going to open things up. The leading man to start will be Maniac, able to trade things back, but now Zontaris has been given that opening. The exact thing we spoke about before. Already 2 players lost. Maniac trying his best to survive, but he can't. In Existence, well, you may just have to hold on to your rifle.
It's not running away. I'm not sure what he's up to. There we go, finally decides to fall back.
Did he not tell you about this one?
Nah, that's one of the stuff he left out. He didn't trust me completely.
Not with 1v4
everything.
situations, no.
That's one of his biggest plays. Yeah.
What he's known for.
He's known for saving in 1v4, yeah. It's a pretty normal play. You should look it up.
I've not seen it before. It doesn't have any utility or a kit, so it is just hoping to hold on to that singular rifle, and the man hunting him is going to be Zontaris and Calyx, and Calyx eventually gets the kill. Almost finishes off both, which would have been nice for a little bit of extra damage, but more importantly, it would have been great to save that rifle. Instead, they're going to have nothing in this round. Just a few pistols, maybe a little bit of Kevlar, but really want to have all that extra utility so that you can start taking portions of the map. And what I really want to see, I want to see a deep plat smoke. I just take it away from the T side. Don't allow them to execute in the manner that they have. And then maybe we can see something a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point for Calyx and the rest of Space Soldiers. They just constantly just run out here on plat. So they'll be able to run through every smoke. Calyx gets dropped down to 23 HP. So not off to a good start. Alex got his work cut out for him now against Zontaris. He just smells him, doesn't he?
5 HP, and Alex hasn't even seen an opponent yet. Smoke's going to begin to fade. Hoping to just spam through. They've got Molotovs left as well to just clear the close angles just in case somebody has pushed back in. This time they're going to split towards the A side. Existence does actually manage to take down 1. They've got a second player here, so the split may be limited, but because of the amount of pushes that we've seen coming into the B side, of course the CT side are going to send most of their players there. They are fairly quick to rotate, however, and with nothing left to lose, they are just going to go pushing back in already. More damage being done, but it's quick 2 kills. Make that 3 for Space Soldiers as they look to just shut down these remaining players. Paz tapping heads like it's nothing. And while Tuanu, Calyx is low. He's going to be playing the role of the bomb planter in this situation. Angles being cleared, and Paz will finish with a triple. 4 players surviving, 5-0 for Space Soldiers. They're yet to be tested whatsoever.
Want to see LDLC start adapting soon. As we were talking about, just control the platform on B. Maybe start putting down some offensive smokes or Molotovs in drop and go for the boost. Just do something else. Try to catch Space Soldiers off balance. They've kind of seen the way you play now, LDLC, and maybe time to try to surprise them.
Oh, here we go. The classic. Paz just going to be running straight out of that broken wall, and he starts things off with a kill. This time there's no response. Tuanu's still waiting around the side. He has that AWP. He's looking to try and rattle off some shots. He manages to get 1, and Maniac actually defends him here. Back to a 3 versus 3. The bomb actually yet to go out. Tuanu going to be forced back. Zontaris now makes his move. Engine actually going to clear out another. Leaves Maniac trying to do something here. The flash is absolutely perfect. Paz will peek behind it. He started off very strong, which is just as scary, but Existence, maybe this is where he comes alive, at least in terms of fragging. It's down to him versus Paz. Both players 2 kills apiece. The bomb drop, but there's loads of time. Paz doesn't have to take any risks here. Existence has to be careful not to make any noise. He doesn't want to give away his position. And Paz is just playing off time. I think he may have heard him jumping there. Oh, it is just going to be the AWP holding the angle as well. Now, without seeing the bomb, this is where Existence, if anything, maybe starts to mind game himself a little bit. He's going to go pushing back towards the A site. Doesn't spot anybody towards middle. This does mean that there can be a free plant for Paz. And now he can set himself up absolutely anyway. He doesn't know that, though. but I think he can assume that his opponent will have rotated just by the amount of time. He'll hear the footsteps running. He's got pretty close up just by the rock. Might not be expected by Existence. Peeks out, and Paz wins the round. Smart stuff from him. Existence with a wonderful attempt in a 1 versus 3 situation, but it doesn't help the fact that they're still 6-0 down.
Absolutely. I don't know what to say. I just feel like LDLC is not trying to make something happen at all. Their top frag right now is sitting at 4 frags. They need to make big plays. They need to start pushing offensive. They need to do something else. I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, Devil will be able to pick up one. That is a rifle dropped. Takes a lot of damage in the meantime. Engine, I think, is up in the Princess Tower. Maniac looking like he is going to be going a little bit more aggressive in this situation. Of course, it is only pistols. At the same time, you see a lot of teams do this. They make more audacious plays when they have these pistols, rightly so, and then sometimes they actually work.
Yeah.
At the moment, at least, just quick rotations. They're taking gambles.
Yeah, and they've pushed up quite offensively on B-plat. Kind of talking about it earlier, that's one of the plays you wanted them to make, and as you were saying, they're doing it now in the pistol. With pistols, they don't really care that much. And surprise, surprise, he gets an opening kill, and they now control B. They pretty much know where the rest of the space soldiers are right now. But will they continue their trip over towards A? We'll have to see.
They may have overdone it a little bit, though. This could be too much aggression, although Alex, with that 5-7, is going to be able to take one. Zontares comes in from behind, and these are the situations where you find out how good this guy really is, but Maniac does enough. Engine left alone in a 1 versus 2. Existence already has himself an AK-47. Devil still with the CZ and has been able to do quite a bit with it so far. Finding that opening pick. There's only 15 seconds left. Engine going to be going aggressive. He finds that pick. Now he has to run back to the site. Get himself that bomb plant. Can Existence deny anything here? There's literally 10 seconds left for him to actually get over to the site. The second the bomb is planted, Existence should make his move. And he's actually not going to be peeking quite quick enough. He gives the opportunity over. He knows he has to be sticking it, and it won't matter, though. He still manages to get the kill, finishing off the final player. But it still came too close for comfort, especially when they were a 2-man advantage up.
Yeah, that was... I'm doing it, Tom. That was butt clenching. That's a butt clenching situation right there. I mean, Existence, he should have that. He should be able to stop that plant from going down. But he decides not to push any further and get that angle. I just don't understand it. In the end, it did matter. He picks up the round. But wow. Okay, we're going to have a pause coming in. Not sure who called it.
I'm hoping it's LDLC. Because that's a round that you can't really replicate. That's a round based off you getting the opening picks with pistols, you doing some very risky plays in the form of Existence, actually taking that aggression, and then he's the man to actually clutch out in the end. So it doesn't show in any way, shape or form that they fixed the problems. It shows that we can play aggressive and hit headshots,
exactly.
Which that's not anything in terms of their CT side. I think the scariest thing at the moment as well is, although Zontares and Calyx have been playing well, they get to really be tested. But Paz has just been running into sites and popping heads. And if that's the case, so that wasn't even a factor we really mentioned because we were expecting a close game. So you expect the stars to have to shine. Instead, if your entry fragger can just kill everyone, that's a win in anyone's book. Like you look at someone like Dupree or Apex, if they're on their game, okay, maybe in the normal circumstances, you're not going to be going Apex as the star player of this team. But when he's on, and you're screwed.
I'm interested to see what LDLC does now. I'm hoping that the pause was to, okay guys, we play a little offensive now with pistols. It ended up working. Should we try playing offensive? They were holding offensive towards A, but on B, they're being stopped with utility straight away. Pass out.
That's it. This is the play, though. He just runs in, and the rest of the team come to follow. In the meantime, it is just going to be trades back, which actually come out in favor of the CT side. But there is still one man in his favorite position on the map. They should expect him here. They should definitely expect him here. And look at Alex's spot. It doesn't matter, though. Zontares still finds the opening back into the site, looking to try and pop flash out. Existence coming in from behind, and it may not be expected. Existence takes the initiative and leaves it on to his opposing in-game leader, Major. 1 minute on the clock. 2 players to find. Tuanu, is he actually going to peek into this angle? It's high risk. Let's see what Major actually does here. Does he rotate all the way over to A? Or, well, I'll ask what you'll do here. Do you fake it and then go back to B?
I don't know. It's always going to be 50-50 for the T. But what I want to see from LDLC is to stick together, try to hold an angle where you force the T to either push you or go for the plant. And when he goes for the plant, you push in as a unit, split up, and pretty much guarantee the round win. But right now, they're just... I feel like they're giving him 2 1v1s, and that's not what you want to do. Space Soldier's got a lot of money. You don't need to stop that plant. Just push in together, different angles, win the round.
Yeah, open plant available. Major going to be rotating all the way back into mid. He set himself up for this. However, players are already going to be crossed onto the site. Now, he has planned this. The bomb plant is planned. He knows where it is. He knows exactly what he's doing. The problem is, it's already being diffused. He has to try and spray through the smoke, and I don't think he's going to be doing it. Spots out existence. It doesn't matter. Smart stuff from LDLC. They do play as a unit. They make sure that there's no way that Major can do anything in that situation. But as you said, money's not the crucial factor here. This is them trying to save their own economy. They still lose 3 players in that round. And we're still yet to see too much in terms of strategy from Space Soldiers. Again, it was just a run into the B side.
Absolutely, they haven't needed to dig deep into their reservoir of strats. I feel like they've got a lot more advanced stuff if they need to pull it out. But it's always down to those extremely talented players in Space Soldiers. They really don't need the advanced strategy sometimes, it seems. Ah, straight out again.
So far, it hasn't actually been going so well. Zontares will be able to peek out, but it looking like they may have finally rectified the problem. It's the same situation that we saw just moments ago, except Major has even less of a chance. Is he going to do it again? Are we seeing an instant replay?
It kind of feels like we are.
The exact same players, the exact same guns, almost the exact same situation, and he's making the exact same play.
That's interesting.
That, like, even is he going to go through long? Oh, he switched it up.
Wow, such a diversive player.
Do you believe that he'll change the outcome? I don't.
I think it will. He will push into X6s. His teammate is covering the B bomb site, I think. Yeah, he is.
If he can get 1, then he can probably get 2, but...
It's all about the timing now.
Oh, hits the headshot. Both players getting tagged very, very low, down to just 5 HP. Knows that both are here. Now, this time the bomb plant could actually play dividends for them. I think they're going to need it. Existence, oh, they've gone for Bogdan's Law, of course, the classic. Hand over the AWP to the person with less HP.
Different positioning for Major. Obviously, he's forced to this time. He doesn't have the time to play around. Oh, opens up with 1 kill. Will he get the second? No. Once again, LDLC picks up that round, but they lost 1 player. And I mean, even though they've won 2 rounds in a row now, they don't really have a strong economy. So.
No, yeah, they've been losing an awful lot of players, and I'm still waiting to see how long Space Soldiers will just keep rushing onto that B side. Like, they've got the loss bonus starting to build up. 3 rounds in a row now, won. Bomb down every single time. Of course they're going to invest. They have the money to, and their opponent's economy is very low. Sticking with flat rifles, as said, not so much a necessity on this team to have an AWP. And once again, they're heading over towards that B side of the map.
Surprise. Playing it a little bit more slow this time around, which makes sense. They've done that before. It's worked. Zontares towards the drop zone. Got his buddy with him. Alex needs to step up to be able to stop that powerful duo from Space Soldiers. Seems like he's gone out of drop. He just wants to defend it. The exits.
I just love all the nade timings. Just like 1 by 1 by 1, they each throw in the nades to clear certain angles. Zontares is set up. Now, Devil is ready for this. He's expecting him to peek this angle. And you could see just waiting and just quick reactions from Zontares. Devil is gone, already the first man down over towards this B side. What can Maniac do? He could try and take plat here. There's 2 players on the other side of the smoke, but he's going to get sprayed down. It's Zontares again. Eventually, Alex will deal with the bane of their lives at the moment. He doesn't have a whole lot of support. There is a player looking to try and flank. The bomb actually hasn't been picked up. maybe there's a chance if Existence gets the timing. Alex actually manages to find another, and he's turning the tide here. Massive play coming out from Alex. He's given them a man advantage. It's on to Paz and Engine. Paz has been doing very well throughout this game. Twanu's going to pick off another, leaving it all onto one, and a big round coming out from Alex. He not only finds 3 kills, but he delays enough time that the support is there.
It's fantastic to see LDLC now trying finally kind of crack the play coming out from Space Soldiers. But as we were talking about, Space Soldiers haven't had to dig deep into the strat book. Is this a time where Space Soldiers try to find something else to do? I think it's...
shoot them in the face with deagles.
Well, not this round, but yeah, the next buy round, Tom. You bastard. But yeah, shoot them in the face with a deagle. It also works.
It's a different strategy.
It is. We'll see with Calyx and...
they found the other side of the map. They went, guys, I went wandering last round. There's another site.
It says A.
Major was exploring the map. That's why he went inwards this time. He went up ramp because he was like, wait, I can go this way too. That's unbelievable.
2 entries into this site.
See how good the defense actually is here. Engine, again, it's more just patience play. They could just go for the fake, because if I'm LDLC at the moment, I'm just looking going B, 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 rotate A, rotate A.
Yeah.
So if I see 3 players B,
like
I'm probably going to gamble towards B, and they've left the bomb over towards the A side of the map. So this is all just an elaborate ruse, an attempt to try and pull extra players over. They're going to go pushing. Are they checking the angle? Maniac's in the corner, and he's going to spray down 2, and he hasn't spotted anybody else. So what that means is there's not too much to play, but actually Zontaris has managed to finish off Twanu. It leaves Existence on the site. He catches Engine running. They don't expect the second man, and although Major's done some damage, it will be LDLC to hold their nerve and finish off the pistols.
Wow, 6-5, and Space Soldiers went up 6-0 at the start of the game, and LDLC has just found their way back into it. Not by doing any of our suggestions, but they've done it their own style, haven't they, Tom?
Yeah, they've gone with like Alex, kill everyone when they get the entries. That's a good strategy.
The pause was all about telling Alex, you're not from England.
You're one of us now. You've been converted.
All right, once again, we got more players over towards A side from the Space Soldiers.
It's a lovely flashbang out, leaves 2 players completely blind. Twanu does manage to get the repeat though. Looks for more, catches a second. Actually, there's no trade as of yet. Engine with an AWP of his own, trying to trade Twanu. But as said, he's one of those players that if he can step up, he can make the difference. And at least so far in this round, he has.
All right, 3 players remaining for Space Soldiers. They got the bomb over towards B. And it's not going to be long until I think Engine's going to try to rotate and meet up with his friend Zontaris. For once, doesn't get that entry frag. Just starting to clear out the B bomb side. He's going to face Maniac in a minute. Maybe not a minute, maybe a second.
We'd hope not. A minute would be after the round. But Maniac does manage to get himself another kill. He started to step up as well. And last time we saw them win, Maniac was top of the scoreboard. In this exact matchup, Engine with the AWP. Can this be the difference? He's managed to find one, but there's 2 versus 2 on this B site. Spray down from Devil. He picks up one, but it's on to Calyx, someone who's yet to really show his stuff, and he won't again. The man who's supposedly moved away from the UK, according to my Norwegian friend. And he started to step up because of it. 7-9, definitely not right at the top of the board, but he's had some impactful rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's gotten a single eco frag this round. This game, so he's stepping up for sure. He had a phenomenal game, the last one as well on Overpass. So,
oh, is this a misread from Devil? They definitely have the money to buy more than an MP9. Now, it's not the worst gun in the world, especially considering the position he's playing. When you look at what's on the other side, you'd have to wonder if he was expecting it to be pistols. Pretty much a stalemate at the moment. Both teams just slowing right down. Tease to try and at least challenge drop once again. Now they have, even in the last time that they actually completely took drop control, Zontaris still got 2 entry frags. Like, it was the heroics of Alex that actually turned the round back. Now, he is the man who could potentially be the first one in the crosshair of Zontares.
Oh, Zontares, once again, Alex. He just always knows where he is.
And he will find that opening kill as well. The fact is, there's still 2 players making the play over towards the A side of the map. Bomb down. They've only got 35 seconds left, so it's not a huge amount of time to play with. They've got that opening pick. A trade will come in from Twanu. He's been good at bringing back these rounds. Devil may be regretting the decision to have that gun in play, as once again, Zontares gets 2, but Existence, again it's Existence, in fact, to end his reign of terror. A trade will come in on the other side of the map, leaving it into a 2 versus 2 with 15 seconds left. They're expecting it to be A. Instead, the push is going to be coming into B, and somebody's getting some Facebook messages or something that I can hear. It's driving me mad. But the CTs, they're going to play together. Will they win together? That's the question. They've rotated back. Someone is very popular.
It's not me.
No, it's not me either. Paz and Calix.
I like it for this from LDLC. Both players coming in from long.
It's an unlikely strategy. They're going to start stepping, though. That will give it away. It's on to Calix versus Existence. Mind versus Young Matter. Calix, there we go. Finishes off the jaw. It will be Space Soldiers to get back on the board. We've seen 6 one way, 6 the other way. And it will be broken, the chain, once again, as Space Soldiers manage to get themselves around. And this shows how close it's been. Look at the money for LDLC. This is not looking like a team that's just won 6 rounds in a row.
It does not. It's gone down to the wire every single round. And that's the kind of CS we like, Tom. And considering they're weak by this round, we see a little bit of different setup. We got a stack in the A side onto the balcony, small balcony there. And actually they're rotated the 3rd player over towards A as well. They only got 2 players on the LDLC. And having a look at a mini-map, that doesn't look like a good idea right now.
The worst thing about this is if LDLC now lose this round after such a nice resurgence, they can end up in a 9-6 yet again. Now, I will say that of their 2 sides in the map versus Envy, their T side definitely looked better. Not by a huge margin, but it looked like there was potential there. And at the same time, you normally look at Space Soldiers for their T side, which a 9-6 would be a decent scoreline, but they've definitely seen much better from them. Look at the position of Devil. How has he got here? Just in from behind, manages to take 1, and you sort of expected more than that. Engine down to just 2 HP, but Existence is here as well. They've gone so aggressive in this round, and that's all the information. Oh, the bomb's going to go back. Oh, this could be absolutely perfect. There's only 29 seconds left on the clock. If Existence finds this bomb in the form of Engine, he could end the round, but he turns! That's so unlucky! That is unbelievably unlucky, and now they've caught the rotator off. Zontares picks off another, and Alex is left in the middle. That round all came down to timing, and unfortunately for LDLC, they were on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, and that's going to leave a mark on their economy. They're down to 2K a pop. So, well, saying that, that's when they turned it around earlier, wasn't it?
That was when they got their first round on the board, in 7.
So hopefully for LDLC and for us, they can bring this one back to a 7-8 halftime. Good matchup.
Yeah, definitely one of the matches that could decide how this group actually goes. After seeing Hellraiser's performance earlier, not really expecting a whole lot from them, and then it's sort of these 2 teams along with Envy could be making it through to that grand final, and it's all on best of 1s, so it's very close. If LDLC manage to get themselves 2, they at least have a much better chance, especially if, well, if Envy can win all their games, then that pretty much guarantees it. However, if Space Soldiers win, their life really is in the hands of Envy. We're going to see this push out, though. Nade's doing a nice amount of damage, but Paz is back. Double kill entry onto the site. Alex, he's turned it around from these situations before, but he's lost another teammate. Zontares is flashing out. He actually does manage to take the duel, and that leaves it down to a much closer situation. A couple of low players as well. Alex gets himself another one. He's doing it yet again. Can they stop this from happening? Paz definitely thinks so, but Existence is now into the 1 versus 1. He's taken down the bomb. Paz managed to beat him in the last situation. He's going to be peeking out, and the last bullet he shoots finishes the half. It is going to be a 9-6. So very close. Again, nice round coming out from Alex, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And another player I want to point to is Paz. I mean, we pretty much only talked about Centaurus and Calyx going into it. Obviously, Major being the leader and all, but Paz has really stepped up to the play. Both him and Centaurus on double the amount of frags as number 3 and 4 on the scoreboard, and 5 actually. Wow.
Yeah, all on 9.
That's a beautiful scoreboard. I'm not gonna lie. Devil, not really.
Yeah, it's surprising because in the game earlier, he was the one that we were really looking at, saying, okay, Devil's performed, Maniac's performed. Now, Maniac's still stuck up there, but it's, yeah, just Devil not really with him. So hopefully he can step up onto that T side, and then things really could get a little bit more interesting. Now, Calyx, I normally expect him to do well on this T side. He is the sort of player that goes around with Zontaras in drop. At the same time, he can be an absolute beast on this B side. So we'll see whether or not they can carry that over onto the CT side. But I definitely think the LDLC have a chance. As I said earlier, I definitely think their T side looks stronger. They were very weak on their CT side versus Envious. But at the same time, it did look like they fixed a few of the problems. Because we have to say, Envy were doing the exact same thing. They were just running out. And then eventually we just saw like them go, okay, well, I'm going to play a little bit more passive. I'm going to sit and wait for these players. I'm going to throw in early nades. We saw in that last round. 2 HEs just went in over towards that black because they were thinking, okay, if you're going to come running at us, we at least want to take a chunk out of you.
Absolutely. I don't know why, but for some reason I've got a little bit of a drop zone fetish on this map. I always like to see how teams decide to hold that position. And I'm also very excited for this this game in particular because LDLC, they kind of got through versus Envious by abusing the drop zone. So how will Space Soldiers deal with that? Obviously, they probably saw the game for LDLC versus Envious.
Oh, they're going to check it. I think Alex did. So they actually know that he's here. Can Calyx hit the shots? Yes, he can. Gets himself one. How's he still alive? Major coming in from behind. Calyx is actually going to go aggressive, look to try and take the fight, and that may have been his mistake. He's given a way back into this round, but Major's just taking this pistol by storm. 3 kills for him. Actually facing the wrong way. How does he get that kill? That makes no sense. He just has a look at the chicken, goes, yes, winner, winner, chicken dinner, and then turns back around and takes the head off his opponent. Ridiculous.
I just love the fact that he got 2 kills, don't have any more shots, so he just turns around, just hides down, crouches down, like, please don't shoot me, and he just does that insane drag shot. You do not expect that coming out from Major for Space Soldiers, but nice round for them. 10-6 lead, and they just continue on pressing LDLC.
Didn't expect to see the day where every single player buys a P250 going into a forced buy round. Now, we have had a bit of a nerf onto the Tech 9. It is still 1 shot to the face, so not that much of a nerf, but the spam ability of it, I don't even know if that's a real word, but if it is, the spam ability of it has been reduced. Zontaras up close, MP7, the SMG that seems to be coming back into fashion, and maybe that's why. Triple kill, headshots, and then finishes it off with a 4th.
The X Factor, brought to you live by Paul. Yeah, I just had to bring it up because I...
Producer appreciates it.
Producer has just broken me right now. Nice. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, I like the fact that he wasn't laughing, he just went, that was a nice one.
Alright, back to the game.
Yeah, it's all on Glocks. What you got? An M4 onto Zontaras, and well, there you go. Starting things off onto Alex. Again, it's sort of one of those situations where we see the pistol get away from LDLC going into this second half. Exact same thing we saw when they lost on Cobble before. It was on the other side of the map, but it was, okay, we now have to skimp a little bit when it comes to our buy, and then their opponent just got off to such a strong start that they were already 6, 7, 8 rounds behind before they even got proper buy on the board, and it's looking like that's about to happen again. Maniac will at least take down 1, and MP7 lost. Not going to achieve anything else. So much money made already by this Space Soldier side. And how many do they keep? That's the question. How many SMGs? But I think it's just confidence levels. If they keep all of them, then that's almost like they've got no respect. And there we go.
Nailed it.
Here we go. Space Soldiers feeling confident as ever. And of course, they can buy in the next round anyway, so it doesn't matter to them. They even have the chance then to reset their opponent. But if this is where... Like, LDLC have to win this round. Because this is they're facing off against the weaker buy. A lot of utility, and that Molotov is actually going to throw one player off. I thought there was still the boosting player, but it doesn't actually matter in the end. A lot of aggression coming out from Calyx. He's managed to get all the way through that smoke. As a player boosted up, so the fact that Devil has absolutely no idea that he's here is a little bit worrying. Flashbang going to be going out. How much can Calyx get away with here? His teammates are just spraying through the smoke as almost to say, yeah, no one could have gone aggressive, right? Because we're shooting there.
Yeah. You
would have heard it. But he did it so early that it might just be a little bit sneaky. I don't think they've spotted the shoulder either. Major going to go pushing. Calyx now wants that trade, and that's fine because they have SMGs. At the same time, they've already had another kill, leaving it down to a 4 versus 3. As said, it's a must-win round. Twanu, he manages to take down Paz. That's something at least, but Zontaris pushing back in, loses as well. Still, it comes close, and both players have now picked up rifles. They have the HP advantage. The bomb, however, goes down. Now this is where they have to play the afterplants, and Twanu spins around and finishes off one more. Engine, 1 versus 2. Low HP on his opponents. Can he actually win this for his team? It would be so painful, but it won't happen. Twanu finishes off 3 players and 2 in the clutch situation, and LDLC will live to fight another day.
It just makes sense. Space Soldiers picked up the first 6 rounds, then LDLC followed up with 6 rounds.
Oh, is that
then
happening
Space
again?
Soldiers picked up 6 rounds, and now LDLC will pick up 6 rounds. So yeah,
It's all a conspiracy.
Math. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I genuinely didn't realize that had happened.
Wow. I'm like the Rain Man.
Yeah, you're you just walk into Counter-Strike events and you solve all of the math problems. Devil actually going to go for a Mach 10 here.
Interesting.
Maybe going to go for a little bit of a more spicy play. Some aggression. Zontaris has the same idea. He does jump though, so there should be at least some information that he's so close up, and Twanu manages to peek out. This is where the push just continues to come in. Already Alex entries onto the site, and this is looking much better from LDLC. They completely open up this B site, leaving the remaining 2 players, Paz with the AWP, and Major with his trusty M4 to just try and hold on to what they got.
Don't think they want to go for too much exit frags right now. I think they actually just want to keep their weapons. Saying that, Major just tosses his weapon.
Here you go.
And yeah, it's all up to Paz now to try to save his weapon, but LDLC is on the hunt. They know he's probably got that AWP still in hand. They just want to take that away from him. Princess Paz.
Princess Paz's tower.
It's Princess Tom. I thought we just discussed this earlier.
Yeah, there can be more than one princess. Have you never watched any Disney movies?
No? I'm 29.
You're a monster. Don't care how old you are. Your parents must have been horrible. No Disney movies for you. You shall be unhappy.
Mom, if you're listening, don't listen to Tom. He's just a jerk.
I'm not going to disagree.
Taking a look at the scoreboard, Zontaris, surprisingly, number 1.
Shock horror.
Oh,
the Calyx
Major.
down the bottom is actually quite surprising.
Yeah. Major has stepped up in this game. The problem with the math of this game, right, is the score is going to end up with 12-12, and then Space Soldiers is going to get the rest of the rounds. So LDLC is screwed anyways.
So yeah, if math, based on math, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Not anything else. It's just math.
It's simple. Everything
Like they
is
lost
math.
the coin toss. They lose on math.
Yeah.
This round at least should be fairly simple. There is an AWP in play, but as you can see, Paz is already out of there. Just hold it into the next round. Can probably hand it back over to Engine. The rest of the players are just going to look to try and help him hold on to it. They do have Devil going a little bit more aggressive. That could be an extra rifle for the CT side, or he could drop that remaining AWP, which will be very valuable for LDLC. Instead, Zontaris from behind. That's going to be an extra gun. And yeah, who was that? Calyx knows his place. Picks up the gun. It's like, what are you doing?
Have it.
What are you doing, Calyx? You're not there yet. I do actually think that he's so young that he does have the potential to actually be the best player in this team. I think it's going to take a lot because Zontaris is a tank. There's no one that can deny that. But I've still got this sort of like small place in my heart that says one day Calix will be there. Maybe it's the day that Zontaras retires, but let's not look at it that way and just hope that he is going to reach those heights as well. He hasn't in this game, it has to be said, but there's still plenty of time to play with. Can they break the math? That's the question.
No.
Is that what you're making all your predictions on now? Not based on any analysis, just math?
Math.
Okay.
I was hard to do math.
You can't argue with that logic. Early aggression going to be spraying through. Paz actually the one taking the AWP, which not something we normally see, but at the same time it's something that's been mentioned before that this team, in terms of a primary AWP, they don't really have one. And that's why so many people are looking at Woxic and going, okay, now add him in. Now add him in. Now, and now he's gone to Hellraisers, so they definitely can't.
Yeah. Tuan, who has been playing really well in this game with the AWP, picked up quite a few nice frags, so let's see if he can continue that on the offensive side of the map. It seems like LDLC has decided to go away. I don't see them rotating from this.
Oh, how does Major not get that kill? It could have been crucial as well. Maniac was the man in control of the bomb. In fact, they're actually going to fall off here. Three of the players are. Maybe going to try and split back through drop. Bomb's just going to be waiting patiently. It's looking like Existence has delved into that strat book. Let's try and fake them out, pull them away. Molotov's going to be thrown in, flashbangs as well, then they fall back, and one player's already rotated over. Paz even seems to be making his way over as well. They then go back down drop, split towards A. This is wonderful stuff coming in from Existence, just playing with Space Soldiers, making them look like fools, but can Paz... Can he do anything here? He's got so many players surrounding him, and no, he can't. Absolutely superb round from LDLC. You've just been bamboozled.
I like that word.
It's one of my personal favorites.
It's a good word.
And then if I bamboozle someone, I can say they've been bambizzled.
Oh, that's a nice twist.
It doesn't happen very often.
Apparently, according to the Observer, that's a no.
Wow. Just been wrecked.
Feels
I
bad.
can't even, well, I can say stuff back, but I'm watching you. Every step you take.
So far, the math is correct.
I hate you.
Not really surprised. Alex with a good kill on Tangent. And now, Calix, will you be able to save your weapon? No, in fact, Sixtens comes in, takes it away from you. That is home. And that's going to be 12-10. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Observer, for showing off why I'm here. The math man.
Algorithms.
That's life.
This is genuinely worrying. I'm guessing we've had a pause called in, probably from Space Soldiers. They've had enough of the simulation. They're going to try and break it with a pause, upset the patterns. Probably won't happen in this round because they really don't have the money. It's quite a weird scenario as well because you've got Paz and Zontaras with a load of extra cash, and then Calix Engine and Major all around that $3,000 marker. So maybe we can see a pistol. Zontaras could probably pick up a rifle here if he really wanted to and just try and do some extra damage. If anybody was going to be able to take this round just on his own back, it would be that guy. So we'll see. We'll see if they actually invest anything extra or if they're going to try and pull in double AWPs. Like Calix can definitely pick up that secondary AWP if needed. And by the way that things are going at the moment with 4 rounds in a row, if they don't want to wait for that 6-round streak to occur, then maybe that'll be the way to do it. They're actually not going to invest much at all, so I wonder if they will pick up double AWPs. Otherwise, they're basically just saving a load of extra money for very little reason.
Okay, nothing special coming out from Space Soldiers. I mean, considering they only got pistols, I was expecting to see something else. They've just got a little bit of a crossfire, double setup in A-holes.
Same sort of setup. Alex has been much more successful in taking drop, it has to be said. Considering they have lost both pistols in this game. If they were able to win this, it really would be a great showing from what is now the T side, the French side, LDLC.
Alright.
Interesting stuff from Alex. Actually going to go with a Glock. Still gets the kill onto Major. absolutely ruined. If he gets more, come on guys. He's only got a Glock, there we go. Smart stuff as well, just basically making sure that they can't retrieve the gun, even though they could probably just go for a boost. But the rest of the team in the meantime are just going to go aggressive. Take this fight. Simple stuff in the end. And Calyx actually going to go running all the way around the back. Can he at least catch off Devil? Yes, he can. So that's an AK into his hands. Even more money saved for the next round if he can hold on to it, which so far hasn't been a particularly good trait for this CT side. They've been losing guns left, right, and center, and Calyx especially seems to be here right at the end, and it's going to happen again.
Yeah, he was just set up to try to take some money off of the LDLC side. As you were saying, they've got enough money in the Space Soldiers camp, so it makes sense to try to go for that.
Do they? Okay, so we got 1 AWP, 2 AWPs, there we go. So it is actually going to be the play that comes in. Things aren't working, try and switch it up. This is the last attempt to try and break the chain. Combo breaker.
Yeah, interesting adjustment from them.
It's actually going to be Paz and Engine as well, so not Calyx either. May just be down to the positions that they're actually playing. Twanu looking to go aggressive. They've set up Zontares up close, and he finds that opening pick. All the maths fans out there starting to sweat. All the maths fans out there. So nobody. And there we go. Major actually gets a second. Looking to try and ruin the dreams
Of the math.
of the math. Doesn't sound as impressive when you say it like that, but impressive round is coming in at the moment. Major's got himself 2. It's down to Devil and Twanu. Looking to try and peek back in to drop. Twanu, of course, wanting to get out onto plat. It's a deadly position, especially with an AWP. And, well, there's somebody else watching it in the form of Engine from Chicken Coop. So far, double AWPs, well, they haven't had to do anything. It's been Major and Zontares with the aggression that's actually been able to take them off, or drop control in the case of Major. Can Engine find the pick? Yes, he can. Twanu not that quick. Will be a trade. And actually, Devil gets 2, so that's something at least can look to try and make things a little bit more costly.
Math has been broken.
Yeah. Ruined.
Ruined.
Ruined, and there's no fixing it. It's not a painting. It can't be fixed. Once math is broken, it's broken.
Life is pretty much over, Tom. Well, I mean, we still got some more CS to cover, so we might as well just...
Yeah.
All right. Considering the amount of rounds won by LDLC, they obviously got more than enough money to buy. Devil once again going for the Mac 10.
Well, it's double AWPs, isn't it? So why not? Go for a run and gun, speed things up, try and catch out these AWPs. And this is a complete change to what we saw previously. Missed shot from Engine could be crucial. He doesn't manage to hit, well, he does manage to hit the second, but he loses life anyway. It's going to be all picked up from Devil, not something you say too often. Back into the 3v3, Calyx going with some sheer aggression here, just running into the site, spots that existence, but loses the battle again. Devil will burn his own teammate, and it leaves it all onto Paz. Every single player with an AWP at the moment in the server. Molotov going to be going down. Devil cleared out of spot, and he will get taken. It leaves it on Twanu and Paz, the 2 players who have been AWPing at least in this game, and Twanu wins the battle. The reset comes in onto Space Soldiers, and now things get tough. LDLC, they may have lost both pistols, but in the buys, they've been the better.
Absolutely. What a round for them to pick up as well, considering their bank accounts. They've got a little bit of an advantage going into this, even though they're 1 round under. I just kind of feel like LDLC's got it right now. They've got it in their bag. They've broken math, so they are the one.
Well, only 1 buy round on the CT side has come in for Space Soldiers. They win the pistol, they win 1 other round, and then other than that, there's been losses all over the shop. Zontares looking to go a little bit more aggressive. It's pistols, you might as well try and find something here. They do have a buy coming into the next round. It won't be the best of them, but it definitely won't have WAWPs, which was the 1 round that they actually managed to steal away. Granted, didn't really have anything to do with the double AWPs. That's a ridiculous shot. Can't hit the second. Devil quick enough to trade and put a stop to the X Factor.
Well, this is a good boost. It all depends, Calyx. Are you patient enough to just wait around?
Is it going to be Karmix? No one else can see the look that you just gave me. Either way, it is going to be this push straight in, and Calyx gets caught out. Engine does manage to trade one back, looking to try and at least do damage in this situation. Major doesn't have anything other than his USP, and Paz, well, he's trying to come in on the flank, but at this point, there shouldn't be any chance. Bomb going to be going down with plenty of time left to spare. LDLC are all but set to even up the scoreline now, which, when we're in a sort of 12-6 situation, I think there are many people who would have saw it going 13-13, maybe bringing it back, but only losing one round or one buy round since. It's very impressive. Paz has got himself a rifle, so he's gone. They need all the help they can get in terms of money, so rightly so. The T side, they're probably going to be happy to keep all their players alive as well. Yeah,
absolutely. And I've got to ask you, Tom, considering you've been a professional gamer and everything, if you're space soldiers, what do you do?
I think that they need to do the same sort of thing, like start taking portions of the map. Because you see with the aggression in these sort of rounds, like, it at least starts well. And the round with the double AWP, we saw a little bit more aggression there, where the AWP actually gets them the first pick. So, or Zontaris gets them the first pick, sorry, with his aggression. So I think, again, it's just come down to the point where both these teams have been almost enabling their opponents to execute onto the sites. And although it's fairly basic executes, if you've got players just running towards you, you're going to get absolutely destroyed most of the time, especially when it comes down to just straight up aim battles, AK versus M4. So I'm hoping we see a little bit more of it. Paz, this is risky. There's no trade potential here, so if he goes down, that's pretty much it for the A site hold. There's only going to be one man left. He actually just smokes it off. Smart decision. LDLC not going to wait around for that to fade. They'll leave Maniac there and the rest of the team will fall off spot. And they're very calm at the moment, of course. No reason not to be. Just waiting to see if any move is made by the CT side, and so far they haven't. It's all just fallen back to passive stuff once again.
Still a lot of time to play around here for LDLC. Obviously they kind of want to get some kind of entry before they start pushing in. But Space Soldiers does not want to give it away. They're forcing LDLC to roll into this site.
Nice crossfire as well. Calyx and Zontaris just waiting, but they're the only two players there. Push going to be coming out, spotted. Calyx lines up one, but he can't do anything else. Zontaris spray is wild, and he does a lot of damage. Actually manages to take a second player. Engine waiting for the cross, but Maniac peeks in. Catches one, looks for a second, but can't manage to do more. It's still going to end up into another 2v2 situation. Paz has a kit. They're going to boost over so that they can get a player flanking. Smart decision from them. But Twanu has himself the AWP still, so he could set up over towards Plaque if he can get there. Because at the moment, he's somewhat stuck on the site. Alex is low on HP. Paz still has a bit of utility to play with as well. I want to see where he's going to use that incendiary if he gets the chance to do it. They've got a kit as well, so the timer not going to be ticking too fast for them. And there's the flash. Absolutely perfect, but Paz only manages one. He gives the information away. Alex is going to be sat behind the box. This is where that Molotov could play absolutely crucial. Throws it onto the bomb. Picked up off the body of his opponent. Paz was the one with the kit as well. So Major has no chance.
Well played by Alex. Just dragging out, stalling, and that results in Major losing his weapon, which was all that Alex wanted from that. And obviously he wanted to pick up the round, but considering the economy over at the CT side, he really wanted that weapon gone. And wow, we got double Mac 10s coming out from LDLC now.
Yeah, maybe not expecting Space Soldiers to force into this one. Clearly not wanting it to go for an overtime battle. They're going to take a big risk and invest into 3 UMPs and a couple of pistols. Probably one of the worst buys they've had all the way through this half. And, well, again, it comes down in the last round at least. You have to remember that if Paz is alive there, the kit's still in play, and that incendiary isn't in the hands of Alex. So that kill from Alex was so crucial that it actually wins in the round. So massive performance from him, but Calyx and Engine will at least be able to combine to find themselves a first kill. Existence has got one in the meantime, so it's not too much of a problem. Paz with the Deeg, can't quite find anything, and it's all onto Major. 1 versus 3. Flash out actually catches a couple, but it won't matter. Existence sprays him down. Map point goes the way of LDLC. And how many rounds is that, Mr. Mathman? Is it 9 of the last 10?
We're not talking about math anymore. Not for this game. It's
Oh,
been broken
okay.
for this game. I'll bring it into the next one. What I can say is Space Soldiers, they're in a little bit of a pickle.
They've won 1 of the last 10.
Yeah.
So the LDLC with a hugely impressive performance, but from Space Soldier's perspective, you're on arguably your best map. You win both pistols, and now you're fighting for survival. LDLC looking like they're about to go 2-1, but they still have to finish it off. It's not done just yet. There's still rifles on the board. There's a few UMPs to play with. Alex has already taken himself some control of drop, but Zontares will be there to start. Sprays into his own teammate. Calyx may not have been performing particularly well, but I don't think he deserves to get shot.
Sounds like a nice teammate to have.
Play better, or I shoot you myself.
No open play for Space Soldiers, but they have got that opening kill. They got that going for them.
It's happened before, though. In these latter round situations, it seems like only one team is coming out on top. Aggressive stuff from Major. Seems unnecessary from my perspective, and well, now it's back to a 4v4.
And, yeah, it's Space Soldiers just deciding to keep 2 players on each side. I don't mind that. I think that's actually a good idea, but that means that Calyx needs to know if someone goes through the drop, or else the players on A is going to be in a world of hurt.
Time is ticking. 25 seconds left on the clock. Twanu's going to open things up. Engine with an awful lot to do. Looks away from the nades. He's left completely blind, and they avoid them completely. It leaves it on to just 2. Zontares and Calyx. The dream team of Space Soldiers to try and save them, and it's all on Calyx. He hasn't performed particularly well. The time is ticking, but it won't matter. They'll finish him off. It will be 16-13. And while I think we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to this matchup, but I think we should wait till Paul's back, and we can do it after the break.